Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to sew this simple, beautiful crop top. I use this one inside of my screen to create this one here. So if you're interested to learn how I made this, keep on watching and let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is to draw a straight line across here. So once I'm done with that, I'll place my tape down. I'll come down by the length I want those top to be. So I marked 17 inch, including the allowance. So once I'm done marking, I will connect in a straight line. Okay, after that, I will place my tape again. Then I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2 plus half an inch stitching allowance. I came down by 7.5 on my armhole depth. Then I marked half of my shoulder measurement again. I connected the line this way. Then I extended it to this other side. So I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I divided what I had there by 2, mark the midpoint, come inside by half an inch, then also mark quarter of my bust measurement on the chest line. I also mark 3 inch for the neck width. So once I'm done with that, I use my cover to connect the dots. I have also connect the shoulder slope into the neck width. Okay, so after that, I came down by 2 inch for the neck depth and I made my round neckline. So I had to extend the chest line to this other side. Then I'll label as the shoulder line, this is the chest line, and this is the waistline. Okay, once I'm done with that, I will mark half of my nipple to nipple. My nipple to nipple is 7 inch, so divided by 2 will give me 3.5. I marked it, then I used a stretch ruler like this to connect it. Okay, just like this. So I'm going to subtract half an inch on both sides on the waistline. I subtracted half an inch for the dart intake. Okay, on both sides like this. So I'll now include the measurement. I'll mark quarter of my bust measurement, add 2 inch for the allowance. I'll mark quarter of my waist measurement, add 2 inch for the allowance, and also replace the 1 inch dart. So after that, I'll just go ahead and connect. Okay, so this shoulder I marked here, this is just for a guide. Okay, the next thing I will do is to place my tape from the shoulder, then I will come up by 6 inch. Okay, you mark 6 inch. So now this becomes my new chest line. Okay, that's for my off shoulder. Okay, so I marked it, then I labeled as new chest line. Also extend this line. You extend half of the nipple to nipple, just like this. Once I'm through with that, I'll now cut it out. Okay, you can see I started the cutting from the new chest line to the armhole side and to the waistline. So guys, after cutting, this is what I have. Okay, so I fold in about 1 inch. This is for zip allowance, so I'll just label as zip allowance. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to remove any form of zipper bulge on the zip allowance side. So on the waistline, I came inside by half an inch. Then I placed my stretch ruler this way. You can see I placed it. Then I'll connect from somewhere around here to that end. Okay, after connecting, I'll cut it out just like this. Okay, so this is for the back piece. Now I'll fold it in. If I fold it in like this, I'll cut the front piece. After cutting the front piece, I'll bring it out, then cut the back piece. So I want to cut the back piece first. So when cutting, ensure you add at least half an inch stitching allowance all round, then notch your zip allowance side. Okay, so after cutting the back piece, I'll cut the front piece, but I'll first cut this dart. I'll cut off the dart intake like this. Then after cutting, I'll transfer this to the actual fabric and make sure you fold in the zip allowance side. So you fold your fabric by 2 like this, then go ahead and cut it out. Okay, add your half an inch stitching allowance and notch the upper part of your center front, then also cut the lining as well.
I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna admit it's time to end the ride. Fading it too slowly, were those gonna lift me up this time? You were the only one who got me.
So guys, I've gone ahead transfer all the patterns to the actual fabric, as you can see. The next thing I will do now is to keep the back piece. I'll just keep it aside, then I'll work on the front piece. Okay, so you have to place your front piece this way, both the center front and side front. Then you place them right side facing each other, stitch with half an inch. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so after, so you have something looking like this. And for the back piece, you will need to first sew the down part, then sew this side, sew the upper part, sew the armhole side, sew this other side here, then leave a small space so you can be able to turn it outside right. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sew. So this is the front piece. I've already sewed and lining it as well. Then this is the back piece. I've done the dart. I removed 6 inch for the off shoulder. I came down by 9 inch. Then I did my dart with half of my nipple to nipple. Okay, that is the space you see there. So I also pinned the zip allowance side with 1 inch. Okay, so you can say I used another material for the lining. So you can use the same fabric as your lining if you're making yours. So this is for inspiration's sake. I'm not wearing this dress. I just decided to just pick these little pieces. This is just leftover I had some years ago actually. So I'll just use it for the sake of this tutorial. I'm not wearing this dress. All right, so now you have to place them the right side facing each other. Take your measurement, your bust measurement divided by 2 and your waist measurement divided by 2. Go ahead and mark, then head over straight your sewing machine and shape. Okay, so this is the zip allowance side. You have to attach your zip letter. This is the back view and this is the front view. I've gone ahead to shape this dress. The next thing I want to do now is to place my tape from that side, and I'll measure what I have here. It was 5 inch. So I'm going to mark 2 inch from the armhole side, also notch the back side as well. Then I repeat the same thing on this side. You mark 2 inch from the armhole side. That's the distance from your armhole to where your sleeve will stop. So for the sleeve, I have 4 inch by length and I have 14 inch by wideness. Okay, so I will now bring the yoke. This is the yoke. So after cutting, don't remove the yoke yet, like don't throw it out. So I'll just measure 6 inch from there. From the shoulder I have 6 inch, so I will multiply by 2. I have 12 inch, so I'll mark 13 inch. That means I added extra 1 inch. So you're going to mark 13 inch on a fold. Okay, because we want to pleat the sleeve. So after cutting, I'll open it up this way. So you have to double this, like cut out the lining for it, then sew it together. Then after that, go ahead and pleat. You can see what I'm doing here. You make your pleat. Okay, after pleating, you will ensure you measure first before sewing this. Okay, measure to know if you have the exact 12 inch, depending on what you removed for your off shoulder. So I'll just go ahead and sew like you stitch on the upper part. After pleating and sewing, guys, this is what I have here, and I have 12 inch, okay, by length. I also cut out this small band here, and what I had here was, I think, 1.5 inch by wideness. So you have to place it this way, then go ahead and sew. After sewing, you pipe it this way, okay, like you're using bias. Go ahead and pipe this way. After piping, guys, this is what I have. You can see what I have here. Next thing I'll do now is to attach it to the top. Okay, so go ahead and watch what I'm doing here. You will have to place it from this joint. Okay, place from that joint there, place it this way. Use your pin to pin it down. Repeat the same thing on this other side. Stop at the point you chalked, okay, then pin it. This plate I made here is not necessary. You don't have to make the plate because I later removed it. So for the back piece, you're going to place it exactly on this line. That's that leg. Go ahead and place from there. Then you pin it. After pinning, go ahead and sew with 1/2 inch. Okay. So after sewing with your 1/2 inch, guys, you have something looking like this. Can you see? So repeat the same process on the other sleeve. After doing that, I'll be right back. So guys, after sewing, this is what I have. Can you see? So I'll just trim out these rough parts. Just trim it out. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay. So when you're lining the sleeve, you are not having this rough part. You won't have it. Okay. So that is it for the top. And for the back, I'm not attaching the zip because I'm not wearing this dress. I'll just place it on my mannequin, then secure the zip allowance side with pin. So if you want to make this for yourself, you can use the same fabric to line in it, okay? So after doing this, you will have something looking like this. And this is all for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.